Ken Johnson, Mikey Garcia, multi-time welterweight champion, Mexican hero. How's it feel to be back here in Dallas?
It's great. It's almost like a second home. Coming out here. Just in general, Texas has always been great to me. Here in Dallas, in the area, I have a lot of fans. I got a lot of support, so it's nice to be back. Nice to give the fans, another opportunity to see me and show them what I can do.
After a big fight like you, I'm pretty sure you watched from your house this weekend, Fury and Wilder too. How much does that inspire you as a fighter?
That's every fighter's dream, to make it to the biggest stage, become world champion, fight the biggest fights, challenge yourself against another world champion, and that's the kind of fighter that I am. I like to do that. I saw the fight, huge fight. They did the biggest, I think, for a heavyweight live gate or something like that. So that just shows live is very, very strong right now. The fans are very excited for boxing, and that's my turn, to give the fans, some other exciting nights.
What's your opinion about the fight, how it went down? Were you surprised that it went down that way?
I was surprised. I expected, I thought Wilder would win. I thought he would be the aggressive fighter, but Fury came out with a different game plan. Never expected Fury to fight that aggressive early on. I expected Fury to maybe try to box. But he came out strong and surprised Wilder, surprised everybody else, and he was able to hurt Wilder early on, and Wilder didn't have an answer. It was kind of like either not focused or just surprised. Something was off. He couldn't get that going. But Fury kept coming more and more and more and took advantage and stopped him. It was a great performance by Fury.
How big it is for big name fighters like yourself, Canelo, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford to capitalize off this momentum and keep going the sport forward?
Well, like I said, it just shows you that the fans are excited for boxing. Every so often you hear someone say, boxing is dying, boxing is dying. It's not dying when they're doing, the biggest gates, when you're selling the most tickets, stuff like that. It's not dying. But as a fighter, it just motivates you to, now I want to do something bigger. I want to do something bigger and keep going, so that it just adds to the boxing legacy, boxing, history, and, seeing other fighters do great things does inspire us to do even better,
You're at 147. Is that your home? Will we see you at 140, or are you staying at 147, trying to get that welterweight strap to add to your great legacy?
We wanted a couple names at 40, but they were not available for this time for this fight. So we looked at options at 147. We landed on probably Jesse Vargas. They offered a name, and we said yes. So this fight will be at 47, but I'm not ruling out the possibility of me coming back down to 40. I like to keep my options open, and if the good fights are available at 40, I'll come down to 40. Where I do feel my dad, my brother, everybody feels that I should be fighting at 40. But I feel that my skill will still allow me to compete at 47. I think this fight will allow me to show that. Now, if there's great options, good opportunities at 47, and you look for that 5th division title, then I'm also going to pursue that. But I'm flexible. I can do 40, 47. I'm available for both divisions.
Are you focused on getting more belts since you already got so many, or is it just about fighting the big name, fighting the big fights, regardless if a strap's on the line or not?
It changes. If the right fight is available, whether there's a belt on the line or not, it doesn't really matter at that point if it's the right fight. But at one point you do want to have another title. If you're already fighting a big fight, a big name, solid contender in a different division, well, I would like to be able to fight for a title, and secure a 5th division, world championship. So, I'm not just doing it for big fights. I want big fights because those are the ones that are gonna give me the recognition. But I also want to search and hopefully land another title fight.
A guy in your position, would it be safe to say you keep your eyes on people at 135 coming up, 140 of course, and 147. So you got your eyes on 3 different weight classes. Would that be safe to say?
That'd be pretty safe. If guys at 135 are available and willing to move up to 40 soon, because they're growing, they're maturing, and they're moving up in weight class, and maybe I can meet them at 40. So those are names at 35 that could be very exciting. But you also got names at 40, and 47 could be something big. You got big names at 47 where we can mix it in. And I just got to get a couple of good wins to be able to earn my shots at the bigger fights at 47.
Could you get back down to 135?
I doubt I can do 35 right at the moment. You're gonna have to give me a chance to come down to 40, and at that point I give you a better assessment of whether I can come down to 35 or not. If if at that point I feel that 40 is max, then anybody that wants to move up can move up. But right now I can't make that judgment because it's too far out.
How does it be Mikey Garcia? Because you can fight anybody like Terrence Crawford or Keith Thurman or even a Pacquiao, or you can fight somebody like a Teofimo Lopez or his younger. I know he's a 147 too, Virgil Ortiz. Would you fight these young lions coming up? If I throw some names out there, tell me what you think.
Look, we got all the options. Because I can fluctuate in weight, which allows me to get pick different opponents. So I like that position. I feel confident in my skills to be able to do what I do with anybody. So. Whether it's at 135 guys, and maybe like I said, coming up to 140, or guys that are already at 40, or even 47. That's why I chose this fight, 47, so that people can actually understand and believe that I can be a good, a good solid contender at 47, and everybody knows I can do that at 35 and 40. But I got to prove myself at 47, and that's what this fight is for.
Catch you couple, just throw out some names. I'll play. Tell me what you think. Teofimo Lopez.
He's a very good fighter, very talented, young, hungry, so much confidence in him. He's a star. I mean, he's tough. He's dangerous for anybody out there because when you got a young, hungry fighter like that, I was in his shoes at one time, and you just feel you're invincible. No one's stopping you. No one's gonna beat you. And that's great to have. And he has developed very well. So that's a solid name right there. I mean, 140. Maybe we can do something 140.
Vasily Lomachenko.
He's not quite in the best category right now, weight class. I think he's a much better fighter at the lower weight class. But even at 35, with his skill level, he's still able to dominate the division and show his skills are superb to anybody else. Beating guys bigger, stronger than he is naturally, that takes a lot. But I think they're gonna have a very tough fight with Teofimo. Because Teofimo's, like I said, solid guy, strong, tough, hungry. I think Loma is going to have his hands full for that fight.
Who do you think is going to win?
I think Loma still pulls it off. Like I said, the skill is above everybody else's, but the size disadvantage will give him difficulties. And Teofimo could actually hurt him and then do something because Teofimo's very strong.
Keith Thurman.
His only loss is to Manny, so there's nothing bad to say about him. I think he's a very solid fighter. I think he's been a very dangerous fighter for anybody in the welterweight division for the last several years. That's why a lot of other fighters avoided kind of giving him that opportunity because he was very dangerous, very, very hard hitting, kind of fighter. And I mean, if that's available at 47, I'm definitely willing to explore that one too.
Terrence Crawford.
Very talented, one of the best fighters, talented, pound for pound, one of the best. Unfortunately, he's not able to secure the big fights, the big names to show that. The skill is there, and I can tell that the skill is there. But you can't prove it until you fight the names and the right opponents. And it's unfortunate he hasn't been able to get those fights that he would, be able to show that with. But as far as skill, he's definitely top, pound for pound, one of the best.
Manny Pacquiao, the 40 version. We know about the great career. Talking about the 40 version.
Look, even at 40, he's impressed. He's impressed everybody. He kind of turned the clock back in time, in his last performance against Keith. Previous fights took him, 4 or 5 rounds to get the pace going and get through the fight. This time he came on the first round, hurt Keith, dropped him, didn't stop that pressure for 5-6 rounds. Took a little break in the middle, but then finished off real strong. He turned the clock back. No one was expecting that. I didn't expect that, especially against a young, hungry fighter like Keith, strong, dangerous. I didn't expect Manny to be like. I thought Manny would be a little more respectful and box a little more. But he's great. Even at 40, he's one of the best.
And why do y'all get? What happens on Saturday night? And why do you get that first win at 147?
I think I'm just a better fighter, and I just gotta show it. I wasn't able to do that in my last fight, and that's why a lot of people question whether I have any business at 47. But I think this fight will answer all those questions.